Good evening. Welcome to our Friday fly-in. Today it is the Dune Ornithopter flight with Asobo, who'll be joining the stream with them in about 15 minutes when they join. I have not actually flown the Ornithopter before, so I figured whilst I've got a bit of time, I should try and figure out how to fly it. Let's take off and see how this thing flies. This will be my first time. I assume it flies like a helicopter. Yeah, it does. Okay. So, Dune Part 2 came out today in the cinemas, and so to honour that, the guys at Asobo have decided that we're all going to fly these ornithopters from the movie and fly around the UAE. Gotta say, don't find it particularly easy to fly. So we might have some crashes tonight. Does this thing not stall? What's going on? I don't know if I'll get back on the runway. Let's find out. Where is the runway? Okay, it's there. I really don't need air traffic control on this flight. I need to turn that off. This is going to be an awful flight because I don't know how to fly this plane. Although it could be entertaining. We got lucky with us tonight. Oh, I seem to be able to fly sideways. Oh, 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 oh. Don't hit there. I want to see if I can get it on the runway. I'm also interested that we're 10 minutes out from the flight and there's nobody else here. Make sure I'm on the right server. Yeah, I'm not really sure that's how you're supposed to land this thing. Okay, a bit more practice needed, I think. What have we got? We've got... Oh, we've got a phantom rudder going in there as well. It slides like mental when it lands. Oh, I forgot to put the pole up. Let me put the pole up. Okay, keeping an eye out on the time. Make sure we don't miss the start of the stream. Stream should be starting around about 7 o'clock. They're not live yet. So let's just get a bit more try to get a bit more familiarized with this crazy thing. I'm not sure why it's got a yaw in it. That felt like a better landing. Now let's just try and get it on the runway. Good evening to everyone who's joining as we're waiting for Asobo's stream to start. I am just failing at flying this thing. Oh, I might get it on the runway this time. Nope. Well, let's make sure I'm on the right server, because I don't see anybody else. I'm in Southeast Asia. That is correct. And I downloaded the flight plan they gave me, so this should be the right runway. So, be interesting to see if anybody else is flying tonight. It's very surprising that they're not. Let's get off the ground a bit. Does this thing have gear? Okay, I can retract gear. Okay, do we have... Ooh, any kind of flaps? I don't think we have flaps. What's AB? I don't know what AB means. Anyway. Yeah, we'll try and fly this thing. I don't think it's going to be particularly successful. I don't think it's got an autopilot, so that's going to be quite entertaining. Just trying to check the boards to make sure nothing's changed. No, all's looking fine. Just gonna re-plug in my things. I'm not sure why we're getting that. That seems more stable actually. Yes, might be a phantom yaw coming from my stick. I have had that problem a while. It's not a real aircraft. This would not work in real life. This is a craft from the movie Dune that they have tried to build into Flight Simulator, I guess as a sponsored event for the new movie coming out. So it flies very similar to a helicopter, which, as anyone who knows me knows, I'm not a helicopter pilot. I prefer fixed wing. But in the spirit of the fly-in, I thought I would try and figure it out. So there are some buttons on here. We can fold the wings in apparently. That's quite cool. But I assume that means I can't fly like that. Yeah, that's going to do nothing. I just need to unfold the wings then. I'm still very surprised that there's nobody else here.
Bahrain approach, MyAirMyles Hotel, Bravo Echo Bravo. It's type 1 miles northwest of Bahrain, 300 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace. MyAirMyles Hotel Bravo Echo Bravo Bahrain approach. Squawk 2573. Squawk 2573 MyAirMyles Hotel Bravo Echo Bravo. MyAirMyles Hotel Bravo Echo Bravo radar contact 2 miles northwest of Bahrain, 1000 feet. Cleared to the Charlie airspace.
So how do I have to rotate with my rudder? Is that how that works? Just gonna do a flip on a coin. Yeah, okay. We're getting it. I'll do a refresh on the stream in a second. Let's see if I can't get it back on the runway. See, the thing about helicopters is that you have to stop and then figure out how to land. Right? The thing I like about planes is that you can land and then figure out how to stop. So like right now I have to kind of figure out how to slow down because I'm going too fast at my airspeed. And then figure out how to not slam onto the ground. I made it onto the runway. That deserves a like. Certainly improving. Still nothing yet. Flight Simulator official, see what they're saying. Okay, it looks like it should be coming. We're just not seeing anything yet. Give it a minute or two then. I don't know where everybody else is. I'm gonna try to switch servers. I'll switch back, see if that's... If I switch to North Europe. And I switch back. And... because by now you would normally see a whole bunch of people. Popping up, and I'm seeing nobody. Although I do believe the servers were having some issues. I did get a warning when I loaded up this evening that the servers were having problems. But oh. Okay, I won't subject you to the advert once the advert's done. What I might do whilst we're waiting though is I think I'm just gonna come out. I might even come out of Flight Simulator and reload it just to see if it's on my end or not. So let's just come out. I will bring their stream up. Reload the sim. Interesting, I can't hear the sim. Have I muted? Oh, have I muted their stream? There we go, that's their stream. So we're just trying to see if, for anyone joining, we're just trying to see if the problem was with my end or with Microsoft's end, why we couldn't see anybody. at our departure airport. That feels quite loud. Turn them down a bit. So you might have missed us last week. Had a bit of a family thing I had to deal with last week, so couldn't stream. It happens, but I will try to come and do this as many Fridays as I can. Right, let's see. Game servers are currently unavailable. That means nobody's gonna see anybody tonight. I'll put that in the chat. Yeah, people are mentioning in the chat that they're not seeing anybody either. Well, let's just see if anybody shows up. But there's a few people saying they're getting server errors. Someone's saying it should be fine, but there's a number of others that are saying it's not working. They're not seeing enough people. They're only seeing one or two other people. So it's not just me. It's not my end. Which is good. That's at least something. I wonder if they'll mention it on the fly-in when they make a start. I wonder if they're having problems with their servers. Maybe why they're not jumping on yet. I'll turn them down a little bit until they kick on. Oh, speak of the devil. Everybody's like, yeah, we can't see anybody. The servers are obviously down.
Well, hello everyone, and a very good Friday to you. Happy Friday, happy Fly Day. Very special edition of Community Fly-In Friday today. Today, March 1st, or March 2nd, depending where you are in the world, it is the global release date of Dune Part 2 from director Denis Villeneuve, Warner Brothers and Legendary Pictures. I was very lucky to see it yesterday. It is awesome. I cannot recommend it enough, especially if you like the first one, you will definitely like Part 2. And so to celebrate the global release of this film, today we are doing an Ornithopter flight around the Middle East, specifically the Persian Gulf region of the Middle East. We'll talk a little bit more about why we chose this location as we get underway.
I think I'm going to need the VFR map.
I'm really excited for this one. I've had an absolute blast flying the Ornithopter since the free Dune expansion.
Because otherwise I'm going to have no idea where I'm meant to be going.
It has definitely become my favorite.
I just show you, so I'll put it over here so you can see it as well.
Super excited to use it on Fly-In Friday for the first time today. And as always, we've got some guest co-hosts. Very pleased to welcome back our regular...
So we'll take off, we'll make a turn to the southeast.
Hello.
And that should follow us along, everybody.
Peter, Tom, you both flying the Ornithopters today as well?
Yeah, sure, yeah. We're kind of obligated to it, right? Yeah. Right, in the contract. Yes.
And then there's Peter in the cockpit view.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Okay, so as always, Fly-In Friday is an open event available to all players, all skill levels, all platforms. Doesn't matter how good of a pilot you are. This is a very welcoming, chill, relaxed friendly community, so we'd love to have you fly with us. Doesn't matter if you're on PC, Xbox, Xbox Cloud Gaming, everyone is welcome here.
Nobody can fly with
So
you
in
because
order to join the flight,
none of the
quick
servers
mention
are
of
working.
fly in the chat. Do make sure you are on Southeast Asia server, so pick Southeast Asia from the drop-down. And in your flight conditions, when you're setting up the flight, make sure you have all players enabled. Very important. Ornithopter is optional. You know, we know it's not everyone's cup of tea. If you prefer to fly, you know, a more less science fiction, more science reality aircraft, that's entirely up to you. But you're going to want a cruise speed, I think we said around 220 knots or better to get to the end of our flight from Bahrain to Dubai today in approximately 2 hours flying time. And speaking of our flight plan, we are taking off from Bahrain, Oscar Bravo Bravo India, flying on a southeasterly heading to Doha, the capital of Qatar. Then we turn south. We have a touch and go for a what would be the Ornithopter equivalent of a touch and go? It's a good term for that. Anyone know?
Break and dip or something.
Break and dip. At Oscar
Well, we'll start
Bravo Tango.
Hovering.
Then we're going to fly generally eastbound to Abu Dhabi in the UAE, and then finally our full stop will be in Dubai. And of course, we'll do some pretty fun flying in the Dubai area. Lots of cool landmarks to see there. That's our flight plan today. Once again, exclamation mark fly in the chat. That'll give you all
Thing
the
doesn't have flaps or anything like that.
Join us.
No.
All right, I'm gonna get spawned
Oh,
in. Let's get
okay. It does have
underway.
air brakes.
By
That's
the way,
interesting.
I've also, while we're flying, I've got some Dune trivia questions to ask the chat. These are both movie questions and book questions. So if you're a Dune fan, be sure to stick around. We'll ask those questions in the chat, and you can show off your Dune knowledge to the rest of the community. I'm spawned in a rare fly-in Friday. I'm actually starting cold and dark today, as you can see. I'm on the ramp because I want to show it. Like, I think the Ornithopter looks so cool. All right. Oh wow! Look at all that. Look at all
He's seeing a bunch of people.
Awesome. And I got Mojo Risen is also starting cold and dark next to me. All right. Like we got the windows open, doors open. All right. Let's bring up our.
Well, I guess we're going to be flying without them today, but we'll try and keep up. We're on the same server. It's not. We're just not seeing them for some reason. There's obviously server issues in the UK.
Flight controls free and correct. Yeah, we're good. Battery on. All right, gotta go to our cockpit view here. Battery on. Check. Fuel shutoff valve open. Fuel valve is on. Check. Avionics master is on. Right there. On. Check. Radio master on. Check. Alright, glider mode is off, check. Booster mode is off, check. Wings unfold. Okay, this is the one that looks really cool. Where's the button for that? Wings unfold. Okay, I'm going to push this and then go to external camera so you can see it, because it looks so cool.
I can choose it from within the flight.
Alright, wings unfold, check. Oh, did I actually hit it? Maybe not. There we go. And there they unfold. Oh man, that looks cool. Love it. All right. Starter on.
Oh, wasn't paying attention.
Engine starts. Check. Didn't fit properly. There we go. Now we can see them start flapping.
We'll start making a move.
All right.
Because we're not going to get on with them anyway.
Right.
So let's make our turn to the southeast.
Alternator on. Alternator on. There we go. Check. Landing lights on.
Marine Tower, MyAirMyles Hotel Bravo Echo Bravo. Continue for west departure.
Check, and there we go. You can see them on the front of my Ornithopter.
It would help if there would be actual symbols on those buttons.
Well, I mean, there are text. You just have to look very closely to see it.
Hello, Swedish edits.
Yeah.
How are you?
All right, and now, of course, we do want to shut our doors. See, we got our doors open right there. Look around, both left and right doors.
We are getting underway because servers don't seem to be working for the total
Doors, left door right there. Okay, left.
fly in, so we
Yeah,
can
I
just
found
start making a move.
Left door closed. There it comes down. Right door closed. There, that one.
We'll be keeping
That
this
one comes
relatively
down.
low, but quite fast today.
All right, and we are ready to take off. Okay, everyone good
Scenery
to
around
go?
here is
Oh, look
awesome.
at this! I got a bunch of
Got our
ornithopters
gear up,
hovering around me already. Love it.
Yep, I'm ready.
and we'll follow the VFR map because
Okay.
I have no
way back.
autopilot, I don't
Throttle up.
believe,
We
today.
are airborne.
Can
Gear
find
retract.
out.
I love this animation.
Autopilot
Look at
on,
that, super
nav,
retracting.
but I don't think that's going to do anything for me.
And
No,
away
it's
we
not.
go. Departing Bahrain. Which, do we have any Formula One fans in the chat? Got the Bahrain GP is this weekend, so
Yeah.
kind of coincidental that we're starting here.
Just watch the qualifications, or at least a summary of them.
I try to match the weather conditions a bit with. I haven't seen the movies, but I think I can match it with the style.
Oh,
Good evening, Theftsman official. Yes, Swedish, we're really trying to get to that 1,000 subs. It's been quite a grind. So we're trying to do some more consistency. We're trying to get these Friday fly-ins much more regularly for you.
Muhammad Blen says, I may have forgotten to update. I think I'm fully updated.
Gives people something they can look forward to on the channel every week.
is that even possible?
I didn't have any notification to update.
Yeah, I might have that there was an update on the Dune package.
I'm pretty sure I downloaded that. Or it might be for beta users only, I'm not sure.
Does anybody know what's in it? Updates. Right. Crispy ones?
Yeah, sub goes up, Lucky gets a treat now. I'm flying really low. I don't know what this thing's going to do if I let it go. It's probably just going to slow down and climb. Tonight we're going to give Lucky
I'm going to
these.
show you here. This is my favorite thing to do in the Ornithopter.
Um,
I'm just hovering
You can see he's been
10
sitting
feet
there
off the deck,
so
although you can see my shadow.
patiently waiting to get one of these today.
Throttle.
He's been a little bit chewy recently,
And then
so trying to get him things that will
watch how much altitude
occupy him a bit longer than other things we've given him before.
That's horribly inefficient.
So he doesn't try and chew up all my pens. Here you go, pup.
passing through
So you might get one of those for every
around
2
5,000
subs or
numbers.
something like that.
This is over.
Oh, I think we're about to stall.
And then redeploy the wing.
I say there is no
Oh, I missed
autopilot on this thing. Oh my god. Okay.
I'm working on that. I like to pull up like
So
just in the nick of
let's
time.
get that airspeed back.
Usually I can time it right, but that time I got it wrong.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I'll try it again in a little bit. I'll get the timing on that better.
I think I have a swarm with me. Let's see.
I'm just gonna have a quick check and see if, yeah, contract one or the other chat to see what's going on there.
Little catch up.
It could be that I'm on the beta update. I'm not on the standard update, so maybe the beta's having a problem connecting to the fly-in server.
If only I knew how fast I was going, right?
So there is a working altimeter and airspeed indicator.
Can you read it?
Wombi sent me a message. Figure it out. So the top half is, I forget which switch. The top half is the altimeter and the bottom half is the airspeed indicator, or possibly the reverse of that.
Okay, so what the top half is now red, and I'm flying really low, so I think it makes sense that the top half.
I don't want to hit the water. Trying to stop this rate of descent.
And, he gave me the
I do want to fly fast, and I do want to fly low,
too extreme.
but I don't want to fly so low that I hit the water.
He said 400 knots,
Right.
and then I think it's like 0 and 60,000 feet.
And this is my first time flying this thing, so.
I don't know if Wombi's in the chat today. He sent me all this information last week. Oh, hang on. Look at this. Look at all the ornithopters.
I can't see any ornithopters. I wish I was excited to
This
have
looks
him.
cool.
That's a proper swarm.
It is a proper swarm. By the way, chat, if you see anything cool like this, or if there's any good comedic moments, or fails, or really awesome things that happen on the stream, be sure to clip those. As Jane mentioned last week, we are trying to make sort of like weekly or monthly highlight packages.
All right, thanks for
all our
stopping
live
by.
streams, and we're gonna upload those to
Enjoy doing your stream
social
stuff.
our platforms. So
I just, the moment you said that, I received a clip of you crashing into the water.
of course you did. All right, I'm gonna try to redeem myself. I'll do that again. So full throttle, straight up, afterburner. Retract the wings into dive mode. So we went from about 1,200 feet. We're in like pure rocket mode at this point. All right, 55 this time.
I seem to have quite a stable bit of control for this thing now.
We're going straight down.
He says.
Deploy the wings.
Next thing I know, I'll crash.
I mistimed it too far the other way. I got gun shy. I went too early. I like to pull out like just in the nick of
I don't
time.
think I would fly this one particularly often.
Fly to the dive, like right above the water.
Oh, look at those! When you
But it'll do me
the ground, you actually see the dust kicking
because
out.
we're
So
you
cool,
know,
right?
following the theme of the day. But yeah, I still prefer fixed-wing aircraft.
Oh, look at this. Oh, I was focused on changing the screen. I was so low I touched the ground there. But me and Red Hornets were flying in formation, like so low you can see our shadows. There, like all that dust being kicked up. I keep crashing. All right, gotta pay attention on the fly. Yeah, that looks cool. So Tom, how much practice time in the Ornithopter did you have before today's live stream?
5 minutes.
About 20 minutes.
Yeah, I had to figure out how to fly this thing in 5 minutes.
I just did by experimenting. So.
Oh, now we got an inverted Ornithopter.
Bingo! Oh wait. Who's it?
How fast are they going? They're staying within the green, right? Yeah, so that's fine.
Deny not Haley.
So it should be on about the same
Sure.
speed as them.
HNY not Haley. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce your
Why
name,
not?
but that's who it is, flying the inverted Ornithopter.
Yeah, it's about the same speed as me, that's fine. Yeah, so we should be about the same
Power
speed and progress as everybody else, which is good, because that's what we want. We want to arrive at the same time as everyone, even if Microsoft servers are not working.
I see. Oh, Edarin is on my screen, flying the Ornithopter today. First time in probably ever that Edarin is not flying the Halo Pelican.
I mean, it would really be something if we find the Hexa Legend flying not the Dark Star. Then all bets are off. Then nothing is holy anymore.
Is nothing sacred?
I really don't think they'd be clearing me to fly in this airspace.
I love
With
doing
this thing, they'd be deploying
Look at this, how low you can fly. It's so
defensive aircraft
so
against me.
fast. I mean, it is fast.
It's incredibly fast, and if you're not careful, you can hit the ground.
So was even 550.
Just the hand flying part, right?
Right?
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, this is the dilemma I'm facing now. I was practicing a lot before the stream today, and I was doing some really cool flying, low altitude. I was pulling off that cool maneuver where I
But
dive
it's
and then
yeah, it's a
pull
lot
out
of hand
the
flying,
dive at the last second.
and I don't know. It's
Um,
hard to
But it's a little bit more challenging when I'm live
host a
streaming,
stream,
having to
yeah.
jump back and forth between 3 different points of views and read the chat and interact with the community. So I got a lot more balls in the air at the moment.
But the slow flying at this speed is ridiculous. My graphics card can barely keep up.
There is no trimming.
Oh, Bozook ate dust.
Oh, you can see the dust
Oh.
getting blown up by the wings. That was cool.
And
See if we can
he
get
was
low and do that
so
again.
well. Oh well. You've got bold pilots and you've got old pilots, but you don't have bold old pilots, do you?
I mean, that's the expression, right? Every new pilot starts with an empty bucket of experience and a full bucket of luck, and the idea is to
Look at that, I'm kicking up that
fill your
dust.
bucket with
That looks
experience
really
so
cool.
that when you run out of luck, you no longer need it.
There's no trimming on this
Nope.
craft.
Oh, oh, oh,
that.
don't touch the ground.
That's how I found out.
There's no trimming on this craft.
Then we
Yeah,
can trim
'cause you
the left and the
crashed.
rest of the strip.
Yes. Contrary to your actual flight stick, which needs constant input. Sadly. I found out that my helicopter controls are actually working really well.
Mm.
So the throttle is my collective, and I bounce all the diving and boost and stuff about to buttons on my collective. And then with my helicopter joystick, my cyclic, since it doesn't have that high tension springs, I can easily hold it.
Oh, so much for
forward
that
the
stick,
whole direction.
keeping him occupied for a long time.
Allows
But
you to mount
that
it
is the
like-
reason he also has that cow ear on his bed
I think that's
blanket.
pretty hard to fly.
It's just to keep him occupied.
Yeah, because throttle is actually the twist grip, and then pitch is both forward, and then roll is differential pulling and.
Oh,
It's actually a really good
first-
location to choose
First you go with-
to represent the movie because it's a very sandy, sand-based movie.
Yes. Maybe let's click it.
I haven't arrived
I also
yet.
really like the sound design.
Yeah, the sound is awesome.
Yeah.
Airspace, MyAirMyles Hotel Bravo, Echo Bravo.
Let's see, and let me try the buttons. Okay, let's glide. This is. Oh, there's dive mode. No, don't want to have dive mode.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then this is boost. Yeah, and then this is brake. Yeah, okay.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about
Yeah,
Dune and
if I go
why
into
we
dive
chose
mode
this
whilst,
region of the world, the Middle East, specifically the Arabian
like, I
Peninsula.
don't know how you're supposed to read these instruments.
Oh. I see what you were trying to do there, Peter.
Yeah, and I
F's-
failed
F's in the chat.
miserably.
Yeah. So yeah, why do we pick the Arabian Peninsula? And this
But
was
yeah, if you
today's
fold the
fly-in,
wings, that's going to
the
cause you
Dune
problems.
Dune-themed fly-in. When author Frank Herbert wrote the original novels,
Bunch of this stuff's in op.
he was very heavily influenced by the language and culture of the Arabic people living here in the Middle East when he created the fictional Fremen people. And in fact, many words from the Fremen language he borrowed directly from Arabic. And more recently, when director Denis Villeneuve was shooting Dune Part 2, now in theaters as of today, one of our touch-and-go destinations, Abu Dhabi, on today's flight, was one of the shooting locations in that film.
Oh, I guess there's a runway coming up that I need to try and figure out how to land on.
To simulate the fictional desert
Bear with
climate
me.
of Arrakis when making that movie.
Oh, it's over here. Go down. Let's see if we can get it on the runway first time. What do we reckon?
Go.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try my cool maneuver again. See if the third time's the charm here. Alright, full throttle, afterburner, straight up, retract the wings. Kineas, we are not using Hans Zimmer's original score. We're using a royalty-free music service called Epidemic Sound. We are subscribed to this service, and
Oh,
we have
no,
full
missed the runway.
authorization and full rights to use this music live on our streams without a copyright strike. Oh no, I timed it wrong again.
Right.
F
I'm on the
that.
runway. There's my touch. Let's go.
Doha approach MyAirMyles Hotel
The
Bravo,
swarm
Echo
here is
Bravo.
landing very
6
nicely.
miles northwest of Oscar Tango.
Oh, Ingo is
Oh.
here. Hey, Ingo. Nice to see you.
West flight following.
I don't think this thing can squawk anything.
14 MyAirMyles Hotel Bravo, Echo Bravo.
Man, I
Is that messing the ground, all these other Ornithopters just ruining it? That'd be kind of cool, but I don't think the game has that level of multiplayer.
Wombies here says, love seeing the Xbox podcast with Jorg about the Ornithopter. He's so enthusiastic. Yes, if you missed it, on the official Xbox podcast, which you can find on YouTube and other platforms, the panel did an interview with Jorg yesterday, talking about the Ornithopter and bringing it to Microsoft Flight Simulator. So check that out.
To get back to stable flight now.
Our swarmers here landed on the touch and go. Since it's a touch and go, should we continue? Or?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm about to arrive there myself.
Put her back to 80.
Why don't we ask a Dune trivia question or two? See how knowledgeable our chat is about that.
I know nothing. I saw the movie for the first time about a week ago, the first one. Because I heard the new one was coming out, and because of this update for Flight Simulator. So we're going to go and see part 2 on Sunday at our local cinema here.
Is this Doha, where we are right now? I can't remember. Where's that? Yeah, this is Doha, right?
I'm having to put constant input here on the yoke, the joystick rather, to
Alright, Peter is taking
get this
off.
thing to fly the way you want it to.
Tom is also underway. I'm still approaching the airport. I'm gonna do a high speed buzz of the tower here, which I have in sight.
Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
If you push too far forward, it starts to sink, and if you let it go, it pulls up. Like, you have to balance that just right.
Full throttle. Afterburner on.
To get your airspeed and the altitude balance, because there's no trim, as they said, on this aircraft, which would allow me to take my hand off the stick and just have it
See, it's out.
trimmed.
Alright, let's try to do a quick touch and go here. We'll pull up and around. Ooh, too many G's. Starting to black out there. That's no good. Alright, gear to landing. Let's see. I'm not very precise. I'm not a good helicopter pilot, so I'm not very precise with the spot landing. Let's see if we can land in the middle of one of these circles.
The key is to use the brake.
Yeah. Which I just did there. Got into hover mode.
There's a brake.
Actually, this is not looking that bad.
Pull the brake, doesn't do anything. Parking brake? Parking brake doesn't do anything either.
Hey, not bad, not bad. Pretty precise spot landing right in the middle of that circle, which is exactly what I was aiming.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You did break a few. Taxi
Taxiway.
sign.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, take off. Gear up. And now we're gonna fly.
I haven't taken my
slightly
gear up.
southwest
Good point.
To our next touch and go. All right, I got some Dune trivia questions. Chat, are you ready for this? We'll ask a few here. We'll ask some more later. Easier
So
than
we're
the
clearly
Red Bull
over
Technical
speed
full stop.
now.
Our final full stop destination is Dubai.
When keeping about 1,000,
And you know what's in Dubai?
sorry, not 1,000 feet, but 500 feet maybe, or
Burj
less
Al
if we
Arab
can.
Hotel,
Would be
big
ideal.
helipad, which
But
was in the
that
Red
means
Bull
I need to keep a
Technical
lot of forward force, and 2 hours of keeping this
So,
forward force is
guess
going
what
to
we might do,
be a real pain in the
when
butt.
we arrive in Dubai at the end of this flight.
Not much of a challenge with a helicopter-like thing, is it?
Well, you say that.
Fair.
You know, someone clip Peter saying that so that when he attempts it, and
Next shot.
yeah, we can
Oh, he
use
wants to
now-
land on the top of the Burj Khalifa.
Obviously, I never wish failure on any of our panelists. I want Peter to succeed. But it
However.
would be great content if we did a smash cut of Peter saying that and then he failed the landing.
I am willing to do that.
Ooh,
just
nearly smashed into
Well,
the
don't
ground
do
there.
this. We want you to
for the
try
cinematic
it.
for the cinematic effect.
All right, here's our first Dune trivia question. Get ready to type your answer in chat.
No.
And, don't search online for the answers. Obviously, you could do that. But,
I'll ask Copilot.
oh, yeah, good point. Well, not everyone who is in chat today is flying. So we got some people are just viewing the stream while others are flying along. All right, here's your trivia question. This is related to the books. Following the success of the first Dune novel, author Frank Herbert subsequently wrote 5 sequels. What is the title of each sequel novel? And I want them in the correct order.
It's a Wikipedia copy paste.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah.
Honor system here, folks.
There's no prizes, I don't think.
Oh,
These mountains look really flat. They clearly haven't released a
Yeah.
UAE
It's so
specific
tempting to do it.
update yet, I don't
This
think.
aircraft, more than anything, it seems so natural just to fly it so low and fast, right?
yeah.
10 feet off the deck. Dune 2 is not. Dune 3 is also not the answer.
Yeah, Dune
They
2,
all
3,
have
4,
titles, not
5.
numbers. So the first novel is Dune, and then the two movies that Denis Villeneuve made, Dune Part 1 and Dune Part 2, those are both adaptations of the first novel. So he split it into two halves. He's already announced that he's making the third film, which will be, or a third film, which will be an adaptation of the second novel, which we've got in chat there. Dune Messiah is the correct answer.
Yeah, they'll milk it for as much as they can. That'll be the new Harry Potter series.
Missing one, though. So Dune Messiah is book 2, Children of Dune is book 3, God Emperor of Dune is book 4, Heretics of Dune is book 5, and then we just need book 6 is the last one we're waiting for now. Yes, Chapter House Dune. That is correct. That is book 6.
Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, close but no cigar.
So yeah, so Denis Villeneuve in the
You see how fast we're flying? We see how quickly the clouds are passing above us?
he's confirmed that he will be making
That's
a
crazy.
third Dune movie, an adaptation of the second book, Dune Messiah. But he said that for him, as a director, that will be the end of his Dune filmmaking journey. But he said if another director wants to continue the saga after him, he would give them his full blessing to do so. And if you're a fan of the books,
Yeah, get out whilst
Part
it's
1
good,
and Dune
right?
Part 2, so Dune, the original novel, and then Dune Messiah. Those two, they kind of form a self-contained story. It's basically the story
Wow.
of Atreides, played by Timothée Chalamet in the film. And then the subsequent novels deal with like future generations spread like literally thousands of years in the future after the first Dune novel.
We're gonna go
So
direct to
those
the
are
next runway.
natural endpoint. Oh, Peter, we just lost your stream.
Yeah, I pressed.
Let's see what happens if I fold my wings away.
Now you're looking at your desktop.
I didn't like that very much.
They're not gonna do that. My wings are like, nope,
If
not
I
gonna do
pressed,
that. Fold wings. Nope.
like mixture.
The wings are like, you're not going to do that. That will kill you.
Very specific.
Yeah, because that's bound to my searchlight.
I was trying to go high and do something
So I
funky.
pressed it by accident and somehow it didn't. Or is it? Oh, it might actually be rotor trim. Up or down. Anyway, crash.
All right, Calvin Zeus says, I read them all, even the books from his son. Yeah, Brian Herbert is Frank Herbert's son, and Kevin J. Anderson. Yeah, so here's what happened. Frank
Right.
Herbert sadly
Let's get
passed
towards
in
this
the
next one.
80s after writing Chapter House Dune. I think it was like a year after that book was published. Frank Herbert died. But his son, Brian Herbert, found a bunch of his notes in his writing room of what he planned to do in future Dune novels. And together with science fiction author Kevin J. Anderson, the two of them have subsequently wrote many more Dune novels together. I have not read any of those ones myself. I'm just familiar with the original Frank Herbert books. All right, are we ready for another trivia question? This one you actually don't even need to know much about Dune to get this one. But it does, of course, relate to Dune Part 1 and Dune Part 2.
Well, let's see if we
The
can see this
cast
runway
of
coming.
The films includes actors Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin,
Includes Charlie in the Chocolate Factory,
Stellan Skarsgård,
MJ from
Dave
Spider-Man.
Bautista. All of these actors have previously appeared in what other popular franchise?
Spider-Man.
Team America.
I don't think I can accept that as the right answer. You're on the right track though.
The Avengers? The Avengers?
Yeah,
Whatever.
Avengers, Marvel, we'll take
Marvel.
that. Yeah, MCU. That's sort of what I was looking for. Yeah. So Zendaya, of course, played MJ in the Marvel Spider-Man ones: Spider-Man: Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man: No Way Home. Oscar Isaac played Moon Knight in the Disney Plus TV series, and he played Duke Leto Atreides in Dune Part 1. Josh Brolin, of course, played Thanos, and he plays Gurney Halleck in the Dune movies.
Oh, there's the guy
Stellan
from
Skarsgård, I don't remember
Guardians of the
character name in
Galaxy.
Marvel universe, but he was in the Thor movies and also Avengers, the first Avengers film as the scientist.
It's actually really interesting,
And yeah,
actually.
he was also incredibly in Star Wars Andor as well.
This was, by the way, a complete shot in the dark. I haven't seen any of those series / horror movies.
Yeah, and then he plays Baron Harkonnen in the Dune movies. And Dave Bautista
Coming in
of
for our
course, is Drax
second
from
touch
the-
and go.
Drax the Destroyer from Guardians of the Galaxy, and he plays the Beast Rabban Harkonnen in the Dune movies.
I don't know what they're talking about in terms of having a break.
Quite a lot of overlap between the Marvel series and Dune.
But there is an engine power cut.
Oh, looks like Peter, you're loading back in. Let me know when
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
ready to switch back to your POV.
Yes, the moment I'll be back on.
So we will slow down.
Sign of life.
We basically should have stalled now. Yep.
All right. Another interesting fact, and then I'll have a trivia question following this.
And then we'll try and put
As
it
you
down
can
on the
see,
second runway.
on my internal view here of the Ornithopter right now, you would think for a science fiction aircraft from, I think it's like 8,000 years in the future when the fictional Dune series is set, you would think there would be like really modern glass cockpit avionics and computerized flight controls and all that other stuff. But there's not, because in the fictional setting of Dune, long in the past, before the first novel is set, but as background
Look at that.
to the story,
Oh
there was
yeah.
a war between
Down on the
humans
runway.
and robots.
And it
AI.
counted because you can see my little
And
spinner.
following that war,
I don't think that happened the last time.
flying machines were outlawed, and so there were the setting of Dune is surprisingly kind of low tech for a far-flung in the future science fiction series. So there are no computers, there are no AI, there's no robots of any kind. So
it's
instead,
kind of view of our future.
possibly,
Currently in
yeah.
that time.
Did you just say
So
thinking's
instead,
not allowed
yeah.
anymore now?
Humans who are enhanced to have much more greater computational abilities through their enhanced brain power. What is the term given to these human computers in Dune? There's a specific term they use. Yes, Itzaris has got it. Mentats.
No idea. I don't have time to read books and learn all this sort of stuff. Too busy doing flight sim streams and stuff.
All right, we mentioned earlier. Oh, I'm overshot the waypoint. Making a hard left turn now.
The decreased propeller forward pitch, that was the one which you didn't like.
Making some good
Okay.
speed now.
let's see. I'm back-ish.
He must have crashed out.
Get some fuel in, and then I'll boost myself back to you guys.
Tuscan has an interesting trivia fact here. Shout out to our friends over at Bethesda, maker of the Fallout games. Say mentats are also the name of a drug in the Fallout games. If I remember correctly, they enhance your intelligence and thinking ability as a nod to Dune. Yeah, so it's incredible. Dune is a hugely influential science fiction series. George Lucas has stated on the record that he was heavily inspired by Dune, the novel, when he made Star Wars. Kind of see that obviously with the planet Tatooine being a desert planet. The sandcrawler that the Jawas use is very reminiscent of the spice mining equipment that is used in Dune. Huge tracked vehicles that lumber across the desert. Yeah, Star Wars also has a drug called spice, which of course is very central to the plot of the Dune series. But yeah, I mentioned earlier, like, why are we flying in the Arabian Peninsula or the Persian Gulf today? I said that when Frank Herbert was writing the novels, he was very heavily inspired by the Arabic people, culture, and language when creating the fictional
Let's try and get
Fremen
down
people. In fact,
below
he borrowed
500
several
feet
words
at this
directly
airspeed.
from
That's
Arabic,
really dangerous.
or loosely inspired by Arabic when creating some of the fictional words used by the Fremen people, including this one, which is our next trivia question. What is the name that the Fremen people...
I think it's below
give
400
the
you start to
giant
see it picking up the
sandworms?
sand dust.
Spelling doesn't count on this, if I can sound out your answer correctly. Yes, Itzaras got that one right away. Shai Halud
Wow.
is correct. And that loosely translates from Arabic. It means thing of eternity or thing of immortality when translated loosely from Arabic to English. And that is the name that in Fremen culture they give the sandworms. Oh, Peter, you've done a water landing.
Yeah, my engine stopped.
A water landing. You mean he crashed?
66 Robbie says, are there any buttons for diving gliding? There sure are. Check your key bindings. Make sure you have a Dune Ornithopter profile enabled, which if you're flying the Ornithopter, it should switch to it by default. So I will show you. So glide mode, I can do this. Notice my wings stop flapping, and I just basically turn into a glider. And then I can recover by doing that. And then dive mode.
But he's not telling you what the
wings retract.
buttons are. What are the buttons
Again, I
for
can
it?
this button to recover.
G, D, is
So
it
you can do the tutorial
D, G?
for
I
how
don't
to
know.
fly the Ornithopter. It'll show you that, what those keybinds are.
I don't have any of that. I could check it. I'm sure I could pull it up, but I don't want to lose my...
Tom, once again, skimming the deck, as
Pace.
one does when flying the Ornithopter. Yeah.
We'll cut this corner on the flight path.
I'll cheat a bit using slew mode.
It's getting a bit hot in here. Doing the flight sim and the live stream really does generate a lot of heat.
I'm flying over an airport. I'm not sure. Is this a touch and go? No, it's not. In fact, I've veered off course. I have not been paying attention to my navigation. I've been too focused on asking trivia questions. Let me get back on course.
It's interesting. Slew mode in the Ornithopter is a lot slower than normal slow mode.
There should be a hotkey to increase the speed of slew mode, if I remember correctly.
But usually I have it full blast forward, and then it goes like Mach 7 or something. Now it only goes ever so slightly.
I don't know where our next point is, but we're going to try and chop it across
So
here.
yeah,
We'll
I
zoom out
saw-
the
I saw
VFR
Dune
map
Part
and
2
see.
yesterday.
Oh, actually, it's a
Pretty
big,
awesome.
long, straight
I'm going
line.
back to
Okay,
see
we
it
can just
again
follow
on
the
an
coast.
IMAX screen on Sunday with a different set of
We could just follow the
graphics.
coast.
I'm looking
We'll get
forward
there.
to that. It's visually, it's fantastic. So I can't wait to see it on IMAX. And I had to say, you know, I'm not going to spoil anything you haven't seen, although obviously it hews very closely to the original novel. So you know, it's be spoiler for a nearly 60-year-old book at this point. The filmmakers really lean in hard to the religious overtones and themes around religion that was very much present in Frank Herbert's novel. Much more so, I thought, than Dune Part 1. They really emphasized that in Dune Part 1.
Don't know how he pulled the G's that managed to get him black out. I can't black out. Maybe I'm not got it turned on.
What is your next waypoint, Tom?
I think Oscar, Mike, Alpha, Mike, Omam.
Oh, mum.
I'm wondering how I'm going to have enough fuel to finish this fight.
Or Oma, probably.
Oma. Mam. Al-Dafra.
There are lots of cool Ornithopter shots in Dune Part 2 as well, which, of course, I really enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah, on this speed, this is gonna take a while.
Let's get over the water. I think the
Fun
water
inside
is
here.
flying over water, or where the land
Check
meets
your
the
key
sea,
binds. I
is
believe
some of
there is a
the
command that it may be unbound on the Ornithopter.
best parts of flying.
Not my own
Rather than just over inland
So I can
scenery.
Slough, you said, right?
I appreciate
We
my
got a
stream
couple
is
of
quite
our
busy.
Japanese community, Mahama Blend and Chibi, are flying in formation behind me. Nice to see you both. Konnichiwa.
It's interesting that they haven't commented on the fact that people are saying the
Friend of
servers are
mine
not
is in
working.
Japan right now, actually. She was sending me some photos from Shibuya this morning. I was so jealous. I wish I was in Japan right now.
Slough translate forward. That's just bounce to my key. Should be fine, right?
Okay, Dull Sice has a good trivia question here. Fun Dune fact. The term Fremen is based on the Indonesian word kremen, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, which itself comes from the Dutch word, Peter, can you say this one? Reman.
Free man.
Yeah, which means free man, and was mostly used to refer to non-contracted laborers or traders during the colonial times of the Dutch East Indies. Well, that's interesting. I mean, obviously, if you know the story of Dune, the fact that they are called free men, the Fremen people, that's what it translates to. That's very appropriate for their plot.
It's getting stupidly warm in here now.
All right, next Dune trivia question. This one's an easy one. If you're familiar with the novel.
See, Lucky's passed out, waiting for his next treat.
When joining
Just
the
due to
Fremen
the
people,
heat.
Paul Atreides takes the name Muad'Dib. In the Fremen language,
Oh, there's another
what
runway.
does Muad'Dib mean?
Let's try and land in it. Not upside down though. Honest. I'm gonna flip it back up.
Anyone know that one?
Slow her down.
Desert Mouse says it's ours. You're close. You're half right on that one. The little cute guy with the huge ears. Yeah, it is, but it has a different name. It's not Desert Mouse. It's not Sand Mouse.
Cause I want to get as many runways as I can. I've got to try and get like 500 runways.
You're on the right track, anyways. You did take that name from the mouse, but there's a very specific name for that mouse.
I don't know if that's gonna
Kangaroo
count.
mouse. That
Let's
is
find
the
out.
correct answer.
That counted. Nice. Let's go.
Yeah. And they talk about that. It's not just the name of the animal species, but apparently it's has something to do with the lunar cycle or a pattern that's visible on one of the moons of Arrakis. Kind of like how we name constellations after animals.
I'm requesting
or
fight
other
following.
things that we see
I don't need a
like
fight
stars.
following. I'm just doing
The
whatever the hell I
Fremen
want. I'm
people
just having some
named
fun.
A pattern on one of the moons of Arrakis, Muad'Dib, because it reminded them of the desert mouse. So it sort of has a dual meaning when Paul takes that name.
Ooh, I blacked out. Okay, I managed to get it that time.
It's
No, I
ours. I
haven't
love
seen-
Dune way
Wow.
too much. Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the Dune movies. I do like the soundtrack because last year I went to a live concert from Hans Zimmer.
Mhm.
The whole part playing the Dune tracks was really nice.
For anyone who hasn't seen it yet, we had at the London premiere of Dune Part 2 a few weeks ago, we had a life-size mock-up of an Ornithopter cockpit powered by Microsoft Flight Simulator, and Jorg was there showing it to some of the cast and crew. Timothy Chalamet flew it, and Hans Zimmer also flew it. So the Academy Award-winning composer of Dune Parts 1 and 2 actually flew the Ornithopter in Microsoft Flight Sim in a life-size cockpit. That was the London premiere. And if you happen to be in London or New York yourself, those life-size cockpits are available at the Microsoft Experience Centers in London and New York. So anyone can give them a try. If you're in London or New York,
I might have to go to
stop
Oxford
by
Street
the
next time I'm
Microsoft
down.
Experience Center and check it out yourself.
I'm never over there. But to do that, I might go over and do that. It'll
So,
probably be so
in
busy
terms
you
of
wouldn't
full
actually get a
disclosure,
chance.
It's Aris is someone I know personally. We've play pub trivia together from time to time, and I know he's a Dune super fan. So I wanted to ask him some Dune trivia questions. There was one of them I asked him before, so when we get to this question, I won't allow him to answer. I use this one as a calibration question because I didn't know if it would be too difficult or not for this chat. So we'll see. This will be the bonus question we ask at the end. It's for the real Dune trivia experts. We'll see if you can get the last question. All right, the next one, though, I expect most people, if you're fans of Dune, will know this one. What term is used to describe the Fremen practice of moving without a steady rhythm when crossing the desert to avoid attracting sandworms?
Oh, it's like monkey walking or something stupid.
This, of course, was shown in both parts 1 and part 2, the movies. Drunk walk, that's close. And it very much represents, or is reminiscent of a drunk walk, or for any Monty Python fans out there, it kind of reminded me of the Ministry of Silly Walks, the way they move. But there is a specific term that the Fremen used for this. It's not the Spice Run. It's not Dads at a Disco, although I like that guess. Oh, no one knows this one.
If it is monkey walk, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Zara's got it. Yes, it is Sandwalk.
Sand.
That's the right answer there. And so if you've seen the movies or if you read the book, yeah, dull sight. Just sandwalking is correct. Yeah. It's a very sort of shuffle, irregular pattern that in Dune Part 1, Paul and Lady Jessica, they use this when they're crossing the desert after their Ornithopter crashes. And in Dune Part 2, there's a scene where Paul is learning the ways of the Fremen people, and the character Chani, played by Zendaya, basically tells him that his sandwalk technique is trash. And then she teaches him how to do it properly.
Okay, I'm back on
Yeah, I'm
track.
not sure it's a good idea to spoil a movie that's just come out if nobody's had a chance to watch it yet. Well, there's not a lot here in the UAE. There's a lot of flat sand
Yes,
land.
I have seen it already. Saw Dune Part 2 yesterday. And I'm going to see it again on Sunday, but in IMAX.
Ooh.
Hey, Allison is in the chat. Lovely to see you, Allison.
Hey, Alison.
Allison's going to be joining us as a guest next week. Sneak preview for next week's live stream. March 8th, of course, is the date of next Friday. It is both International Women's Day and it is the centerpiece of Women in Aviation Week. We got a pretty kind of a special, unique live stream planned for that. More details to come, so stay tuned. But spoiler alert: Allison is going to be one of our guests of several that we have appearing on next week's live stream.
Well, I'm actually finding it's a lot smoother than I thought I was going to be. I thought it was going to be an absolute
All right, next,
disaster.
Dune trivia question. This was featured. If you saw Dune Part 1, you would have seen the answer to this question. So search your memories on this one. What
We're
is
gonna
the
point
name
straight out
of
to
the
MAA.
Emperor's elite shock troopers?
No idea.
Again, if you saw Part 1, you'll remember that they secretly assisted Baron Harkonnen's attack on the Atreides on Arrakis. Yes, Spooky Spookster and Goblin Zeus got it right away. Sardaukar is the answer to that question. Those are the Emperor's elite troops. And you got to see Duncan Idaho, played by Jason Momoa, in a scene later on in that movie. He like took on like 8 of them at once or something. I love this. Look at this. Several of us flying together, low altitude, kicking up sound.
Yeah, I lost my my Pierce.
It's not great if the books are set
Park, the
millennia
original one, I
apart
can
because they
see
can't
that
keep the
it's,
same actors and stuff.
Oh,
People will drop
actually,
off. A lot of people won't care because they get bought into a character with an
Okay,
actor,
is this a hot take or is this the
not
accepted conventional?
into the story as
My
such.
opinion on Jurassic Park is that the only good one is the first one.
yeah.
Hmm. Like
No,
with so
I-
many franchises, I think.
Yeah.
I think the first one is really, really good. So it was a pretty high bar for the sequels to try to match. Inquest says the second and third are fun, but not necessarily good. Yeah, that's probably a fair assessment.
Ooh, we could time land on this island.
That's usually what Inquest does.
JD's Movie Hole says no, most of them are good. Third was bad. The first one was very good, but it's
They're zooming across the land really low, and I'm like,
Well,
I gotta over the
that's
water,
point.
you know.
If you see the first movie,
I
it
just
still
think
holds
the
up.
the curves where the
I mean,
water
it's-
as they
it's
meets
over
the
30
land
years
is
old at this point.
just amazing,
Let
absolutely
that-
beautiful.
Let that sink in. I feel old. Jurassic Park came out 31 years ago.
I was 10.
Yeah, I was 13.
That would have been 3, so I wouldn't have even remembered it.
All right, let's do another Dune trivia question.
Let's get another runway. But there's hundreds of them around here.
Settlements or enclaves of groups of Fremen are known by what name?
I guess because all the rich don't want to travel by the ground, they want to
This
just
is a
fly
very-
where they're going,
Obviously in the book, but it was
show off their money.
as well. You've seen it.
They're making some really good airspeed versus that
Both
they said the
Bravo and
airspeed was
Dune.
going to be.
Droid Hacker has got it. A siege. That is-
So I
that's
shouldn't be
termed
too
in
far
to
behind them
a
if we do fall behind.
Enclave of Fremen people where they live sort of in rocky settlements in the desert.
Was there a point of interest CD on the route cornering?
No, I just did that so we stay flying over the desert rather than over the Persian
okay,
Gulf. Again, for a Dune-themed flight, I thought it seemed more appropriate that we fly over sandy desert terrain rather than the
Yeah.
Persian Gulf.
I agree.
I disagree.
The
I flew over the
original
Gulf.
Jurassic Park was released closer to the moon landing than we are now.
And we are
That
today
was only yes.
closer to Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Because that was only 24 years difference. Now we're
Yeah.
already 31.
Oh, Tom, why are you saying these things?
Oh well.
I mean, we had a moon landing really recently.
That's
Yeah,
true.
right.
Last week. Now
We had a
now-
moon crashing, it wasn't a moon
Well, I
landing.
mean-
I mean, it landed. Crash landed, but it landed.
It was a Kerbal landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the first time, the United States landed a spacecraft on the moon. The first time in over 50 years. Last week. If you saw
You
the
can see how
news,
low we are because
it
we see
didn't
our
land,
shadow
still functional,
reflecting
but it tipped
reflecting
over
back up at us.
It's
on landing. Yeah.
Oh,
Apparently,
like he's
uh,
chasing rabbits in
why
his
we're looking for
dreams.
Flight stickers are important, folks. Apparently, before they launched the spacecraft, someone on the ground forgot to flip a switch. That would enable. Was it the laser altimeter or something like that? An instrument that would be useful in landing this aircraft or the spacecraft. Anyone?
I think
Anyone
in
know the
last
details on
hour
that?
They had to write new codes to use an experimental laser thing from NASA because theirs was enough.
Hey, you turned the switch? No, I thought you would do it. No, did you? No.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Follow your checklist. Folks, this is why checklists are a thing.
Gonna try and
You
put
know,
it down on the
everyone,
runway.
Everyone
I'm gonna
is
fail
susceptible to
again.
forgetting
Don't
steps
touch. I
every
didn't
now and
touch.
then.
Doesn't
So
count.
always follow your checklist.
Doesn't count. I didn't
Even
touch.
if you're doing like I'm assuming multi-billion-dollar moon landing project. At least hundreds of millions, probably, right, for that program.
Oh yeah, at least.
Nope. I mean, I think I touched
Maybe
down on the
someone
runway,
forgot to
but
put it on the checklist. Quite possible.
Maybe they need a checklist for the checklist. And it's coming up to a POI.
Ooh, that does
Yeah.
look like a POI. Looks like a
it counts. We got it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now, are you in Abu Dhabi now, Tom?
Good question. I think
He
we
doesn't
have-
know.
Oscar Mike Alpha Golf. Is that an airport in Abu Dhabi?
Yep, Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Abu
golf.
Dhabi is the capital of the United Arab Emirates.
Where are
And,
they?
fittingly for our flight today, it was one of the locations where the cast and crew of Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 2 shot the movie. One of several locations, but yeah, part of the film, if you see it, was shot on location in Abu Dhabi.
It's almost a short final, that mask.
Roger, MyAirMyles Hotel
I'm now
Bravo.
bringing in front of it. Yeah. Look.
Englewood is saying this is the largest mosque in the UAE.
It is pretty big.
Wow, look how close to the water I am.
Totally unrelated to.
This is really
Dune, but
cool.
Kind of appropriate for, hovering in front of a mosque. As I mentioned, it's ours and I. We play in a pub trivia team together every now and then. A couple nights ago we were playing, and one of the questions was, I'll ask this to chat, see if anyone in chat knows it. How many times per day do Muslim people bow down towards the direction of Mecca to pray? Englewood already, before I even finished asking the question, Englewood already knew the answer. Yes, it is 5 times per day. Lumpy Emmett knew that one as well.
Who's got time for that?
And yes, always facing in the direction of Mecca, holy city.
This is ridiculous. Like, I can get so close to the ground. You would never do this stuff in real life.
Okay, it's time, folks. So I've run out of Dune trivia questions. This is the last one I've prepared. This is the one that I tested this one on Itzaris because I know he's a huge Dune super fan, and he did not know the answer to this one. So we'll see. So this one's kind of like the bonus extra challenge level Dune question. We'll see if anyone in the chat knows the answer to this one.
I don't want to drop at
What is
1,000
the
feet a minute.
common Dune connection shared between Elvis Presley,
Oh.
the Rolling Stones, and the Police?
They all like the book.
Don't touch, don't touch, don't touch, don't touch, don't touch.
That's the answer I'm looking for.
Figured.
Power lines. That would have taken me out in real life.
So yeah, this one's a little bit extra challenging. Lumpy Emmett, you're on the right track with that.
Coming down,
We
coming
need-
down,
I'm not
coming
gonna
down,
accept
coming
it
down,
by
coming down,
itself.
coming
We
down,
need
coming
a
down.
little
Don't
bit
touch, don't
more.
touch, don't touch.
Stuxet's got another piece.
I'm
of
judging it based on that shadow.
So maybe you can work together as a group. You might be able to solve this one.
Oh, I'm in Abu Dhabi now.
Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
So Elvis Presley, the Rolling Stones, and the Police all share a common connection to Dune.
Don't touch.
And what is it?
Cleared through Charlie airspace. MyAirMyles Hotel Bravo. Echo Bravo.
How does this look from inside?
They were all asked to make the music. No, that's not it. That's a good guess, though. I mean, obviously they're all famous musicians or bands. But that's not the answer we're looking for. British accent-speaking people. I don't know if Elvis had a British accent.
No, I prefer the outside view.
You have got it, or very close enough that I will accept that. So Na Baron, or the character of Fade Rautha, who is the nephew of the Baron Harkonnen, played by Stellan Skarsgård in Dune Part 2 and Part 1. In Dune Part 2, the character of Fade Rautha, the Na Baron, is played by the actor Austin Butler, who is most famously known for being in the 2022 biopic Elvis from director Baz Luhrmann, and he played the title role of Elvis Presley in that film. In the 1984 adaptation of Dune by director David Lynch, that same character of Fade Rautha was played by the musician Sting from the band The Police, and of course a solo artist after Police broke up. And in the unfilmed
Police broke up. You mean they got underfunded?
1970s would-be adaptation by director Alejandro Jodorowsky, the character of Fade Rautha was going to be played by Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones. So there you go. You got a common connection. All three of those did play or were going to play the same character of the Na Baron Fade Rautha.
Okay, so here's some points of interest. I don't know what they are,
Different
but
adaptations of the Dune.
they're clearly built out
adaptation
as
novel.
specific points.
So good job. Working together and getting the answer to that one.
This must be that biggest mosque he was talking about.
Yeah, it seems like in the beta there are some multiplayer server.
Ah, yes, because that's on that short final he was talking about.
I just saw the pop-up message that the servers were.
Ooh, look at Tom with the beautiful external shots of sunsets, as always.
So this is
Tom
where
always
he
gives
was
us the
about
best
10
views
minutes
on this
ago.
channel.
Right, Peter?
Right. Soft.
Trying to
If
land
you're
this
not
like a
familiar
traditional
with the
aircraft.
1970s, failed,
It's
never
so much
made
easier.
adaptation by Alejandro Jodorowsky. There's a documentary called Kroll mentions it in the chat there. Jodorowsky's
But will that
Dune.
count as
Watch
the
this
runway?
documentary. I think it's on
It
Netflix.
does,
but,
okay.
check in your country, maybe on a different streaming platform. Check that out. It's a documentary on the making or would-be
Oops.
making of
Gear
that
up.
film, and it's amazing. It's pretty cool to
Let's
see.
go over and see some of these other points of interest.
Like, he wanted to cast Orson Welles, Salvador Dali were part of this cast. Of course, Mick Jagger. It was going to be a 14-hour epic. So as you can
14 hour.
imagine, the studio got real cold feet when they found out the director wanted to make this a 14-hour film.
These must all be really important buildings, but
I
they've
mean,
all
I don't know
got
how much film
like
you need for
points of interest on them.
3 minutes, right?
Or just everybody over here thinks they're so important.
Ridiculous. So let alone like 14 hours. You need like hundreds of hours of film to cut from.
And here we have like a ornithopter shape, but in the form of land and island.
They make some really cool, like, damned
Seems
and
like I
fake
was reading
islands over in the
Oh,
UAE.
you were gunning
Going
it. I haven't
full
even got to
speed.
you're
I'm
at
already at the
Dubai
end.
already.
Yes.
I haven't even got to Abu Dhabi yet.
Yeah, some people are not even doing any
Just,
stops or anything. Oh wow, he's over the
Oscar Mike Alpha Alpha.
famous
Yeah, that is
sort of
the
fanned water bit
famous,
thing. I must have missed that.
Fern? What is that? What is those islands called? In,
Yeah.
Palms. The Palms.
Palms.
In Dubai. Anyone in chat? Has anyone been to Dubai before? In real life?
Nope.
Obviously, I would expect most of us have been there in the sim. It is one of the more interesting cities to see from an architectural standpoint. Lots of
I don't know if I have flown here before in this sim.
So, but
Have we done this on a live
where-
stream
where
before?
would you-
We might have. We might have started try to fly through buildings in Abu Dhabi just for a laugh, or
so
Dubai.
there was a touch and go at Abu Dhabi, and then
Yeah, Oscar Mike Alpha Alpha, right?
yes.
Yeah, did that.
Shannara said had a
Been there,
vacation
done
on the
that.
Palm in January. Oh, so you were just there, just over a month ago. Oh, that's really cool, Shannara. So I've never been to Dubai myself. I think what I might do, I don't think I would want to do a vacation where I go just to Dubai. I think what I would like to do though is have like a 48-hour layover in Dubai while I'm going somewhere else, and just spend like 2 days in Dubai. Of course, it's a big hub for I think Emirates. It's one of their major hubs for their airlines, so you can get almost anywhere in the world from there. So if I'm traveling somewhere else, plan my trip so I spend like 2 to 3 days as a layover in Dubai. I think that would be a good way to see it.
My parents did, I think, an interesting way of seeing Dubai. They did a cruise there. So they started And then
Oh.
we did a week cruise, went to Abu Dhabi and all the,
I'll do that.
the cities there. And
That'd be
then
a cool
came
cruise.
back for another day.
I haven't looked it up because I'm going to assume it's way out of my price range. But I wonder how much is one night in the cheapest room at the Burj Al Arab, the so-called 7-star hotel that we'll attempt a landing on. I think it says $700 for one night. You know, that's actually kind of reasonable. I mean, I wouldn't stay
Yeah.
there for a week, but for
No,
one
but I mean-
night to have,
I mean,
have a really
compared-
cool experience.
Compared to a normal hotel in Hong Kong, it really isn't that much that much more expensive.
Why is he comparing it to Hong Kong?
I mean, I think I might do that just for one night to say that I've stayed at the Burj Al Arab. I
But
think
if
that
it's
would
only 700, I mean, live a little, CD. Come on, you can up that. Ask for an upgrade.
England says it's also a bit of a tourist trap. The hotel is open for everyone to walk in, have a drink. Yeah, so it's like the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore is like that. If you're staying there, the rooms are pretty expensive, but it is wide open. Anyone in Singapore can just show up, go to, there's several bars in the hotel you can go to, some on ground level, some on rooftop level, several restaurants there.
See,
as
this
well.
is why flying over ground sucks,
Shopping,
because
huge shopping mall there as well.
if you're trying to
All
do
of that
this
is
like
open to the
how low can I
public,
fly type
yes,
stuff, you're
I'm
gonna hit a
finishing the
building.
landing.
Okay.
How low and how fast can I
there you
fly?
are.
Wow,
That's
I'm in
the
ground
Burj Al
effect.
Arab helipad.
500 knots.
All right, Tom, can I make a request? Can you back up?
That was
Come on,
crazy
come on,
ground
come on.
effect I hit
Do the
there.
whole approach and landing, and we'll get the.
Oh! Well,
this is
yes, I'll do it again.
See, I'm using two hands
Thank you.
to just to really gently
Yeah.
try to
Even though it
control
says
this.
it
That
was
was
the only
520 I
7-star
saw on the
hotel.
airspeed.
So okay, I actually looked up this. I did some research on this. Whatever like international hotel rating organization, I think it's some kind of like industry group that exists. There is no such thing officially as a 7-star hotel. 5-star is the maximum. But the marketing team at the Burj Al Arab, they wanted to distinguish. They said this is when they built this hotel. They said it was so much more luxurious and so much more opulent than any other hotel that has ever existed before, that they skipped 6 stars, and their marketing team claims this is the world's first 7-star hotel. It's a full 2 stars better than a 5-star
It
hotel.
does sound a bit like
It's
that
rubbish.
That their speakers go up to 11.
Mhm.
Spy not that.
Yes.
That does sound a bit like.
These guys are showing their age. The younger audience is not going to get any of these
That's one better.
references.
Yeah, of course, the architecture of the Burj Al Arab, as you can see on Tom's screen there, it's supposed to evoke the shape of a sail from a sailing ship. You can see that, the mast, and then the unfurled sail.
Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Wow, we nearly flown. No, hour and 15. It feels like we shouldn't be at the end. Oh, here's the fan. We're getting to the fan now. We will do the fan. Let's go do that.
Very quickly check Peter's point of view, then we're going to go back to Tom to see his approach and landing. Yeah, there's the palm.
Was it the pan or the fan? I don't know.
All right, Tom, over to you. Let's see this.
This is really cool. I'd like to go to Dubai. Go see this.
I just want to say good luck. We're all counting on you.
It's okay. We're feeling the building. Feeling the winds, right?
The Palm Jebel Ali. And it's literally just because they could. That's kind of cool. Let's climb.
Elio Del Ferraris, can I get this game for free? Well, not quite
No.
free, but if you're a subscriber to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate or PC Game Pass Ultimate, so choose your platform. Microsoft Flight Simulator full version is included with that. It's not like a limited trial version or anything like that. It's the full version. So for a monthly subscription fee, you get access to hundreds of games on both PC and Xbox.
So no, you can't get it for
including
free.
Microsoft Flight Simulator as one of them.
Right. I need to zoom in on the VFR map to see where I'm supposed to be going. Oh, there's a couple of these things. I didn't even see that.
I'm almost there, Tom.
There's another one just ahead.
The broke helicopter.
Don't
pad.
don't crash, don't crash.
Oh,
Pull
yeah,
up, pull up,
shoot.
pull up.
Just put all the pressure on me. Okay,
We're gonna look at this second one. Because just one wasn't enough, clearly,
Alright.
for Dubai.
Bullseye, but
Ah, it counts. All right, nice landing, Tom.
Yeah.
All right, Peter. Over to you.
Oh, there's a helipad up there. I've got to try and do that.
Approach MyAirMyles Hotel Bravo, Echo Bravo. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
So, is this good enough?
No, you're not on it. Have you landed?
sure.
Sure, if you landed
Slightly
on it.
more accurate than Tom. Let's
Yeah,
see the
it's
external
closer
view.
to the center.
Wait, let me. How about now? How about now? I mean, come on.
Be like that.
Come on. This is okay. It could even be a bit more forward, right? Yeah.
127
I'll make some room for the other guests.
All right, I see a question. Lolly's asking a question in chat. How do they decide the flight model? of
Princess
an ornithopter?
Tower.
Does it follow any real-life helicopter? The answer to that is no, because an ornithopter is not a helicopter. A helicopter generates lift by using a rotary wing.
So here's the other one.
You've seen.
Oh, this one looks a lot more built up and
the
developed.
ornithopter generates lift by using a flapping wing, very reminiscent
Clearly the
of a
other one's
dragonfly.
still needs to be developed.
So it does not
Yeah,
use
this
the
one's
same
got
principles of flight at all, but
boatyards and
But you can calculate how much
way
lift
more
it
than
generates
that other one
when the
had.
air would flow over it, and that's where you get the realistic.
The other
between
one was
flight
like
mode.
brand new. I guess
So
it
we
hasn't been
posted,
built, fully
in
built
our
out yet.
weekly developer blog last week. We posted a interview with.
I don't know where this building is that I'll try to land on though.
Mechanical and aeronautical engineering from Cornell
Try and
University,
check on theirs on the
talking about the physics of dragonfly flight and how it applies to the ornithopters from Dune, which of course is
Oh,
very
it's
visually
Obar.
inspired by dragonflies. And
Okay.
it's about a half-hour video. I was fascinated through the whole thing. Just listening to the
Okay, we can
physics
try.
and the
We can try to land an
engineering
O-bar,
stuff.
but I've got no idea how to
Now there is obviously it is science
land with
fiction.
this thing properly. So
I believe someone in the chat can correct me if this is wrong, but I believe there are right now real-life drones that fly like an ornithopter would, using flapping wings. But they're very
Look at
small, very
that.
lightweight.
That's really
Obviously, they do
cool.
not have the
I think you go to
payload
Dubai, you have to do like a helicopter tour to properly experience it.
like little tiny drones. They probably don't even have the payload capacity to handle like a camera, like the drones that Tom flies. So the science is sound. It is proven science that works. Droidax says we had one in the hangar I worked
Sound.
years ago. Yeah. So where it's science fiction, where the Dune Ornithopter in Microsoft Flight Simulator and of course the movie is a little bit science fiction because the technology is not there yet. I don't believe.
Oh, I
we have
think it's this
access
building here.
to metals or alloys that are both lightweight enough to make this kind of flight technically feasible, but also strong enough to be able to withstand the intense forces of the very fast flapping, the beats per second required to generate lift for the ornithopter.
Oh, this is a
plane.
famous landing
Yeah,
challenge in
that's the
flight
reason why I like it.
simulators.
Yeah.
I haven't
So
done
it's a matter of
this.
overcoming,
I'm gonna
you
screw it
know,
up, but we'll
strength
try
and
it.
weight limitations. But the engineers and scientists they absolutely know how to make an ornithopter work. We just don't have the material technology to be able to create it in the year 2024. But presumably, far flung in the future, as metallurgy science advances, we will have that technology, and we will be able to create ornithopters that could have useful payloads and be able to carry humans and so on, as we've seen in the movie.
Do you want to crash for the short CD?
I mean, if you want to,
I
it
can't-
it would be good content.
Can't get it.
For the content, right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I can't get a stable
Somebody show us
hover.
this, please.
Oh, there was a crash.
Oh.
We almost actually did it.
I actually almost nailed it.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Engo says, last week I read an article about AI towering ATC, so runway crossings, anti-traffic
nope.
collision clearance, etc. without humans. I can't imagine that, but who knows? You know, I actually think
This is
now the catch
yeah.
is it's
You
gotta
can
be
see I've got my
programmed, tested,
no
and
crash
certified to an
stuff on.
extraordinarily high level of
This would
safety.
not be acceptable.
But I actually think once that technology problem is solved, I
But
think it'll
that's
be
I'm
safer.
not gonna have power to keep
It
altitude.
takes
Oh,
out the human error
don't hit.
element, which, as we know,
You know
human
what
error
power to
is
keep
by
that
far
altitude?
the number one cause of safety
Oh.
and so anything you can do to reduce human error can improve safety in the long term.
But
Like one of
yeah, go ahead.
no, it's like one of those.
Come on. See if we can get some sort of
where
reasonable landing up
they
here.
want if every car is self
Probably not.
they all talk to each other,
Yep.
and there will always be a green light everywhere. But they're
Yep.
just at that speed so that everyone just maybe crosses 30 centimeters from each other, but they won't be crashed.
Yeah, there's a very cool visualization of that, Tom, on YouTube.
Yeah.
You've probably seen it.
But I think these kind of solutions won't be AI based, but rule based.
Yes, I would probably agree with that.
Oh. The owner of this building is not going to be happy with me.
Burstick says, pretty cool. Mike Pate is working on a DoD contract to make a turboprop that could act as a replacement for a helicopter for some longer range payload and speed. Goblin Zeus says, like HAL 9000 computer, never making a mistake.
I'm never going to get this.
Now, it's been a long time since I last saw 2001, but wasn't it that HAL 9000 did not make a mistake? It just, its instructions were unclear and it interpreted them differently, and it saw the humans on board the vessel, the Discovery 1, as being a threat to the successful completion of its mission. So this is where you would need Isaac Asimov's 3 laws of robotics come into play.
I hate helicopters.
They do some funky stuff with the wings here.
Oh.
Yeah,
That was so close as well.
It's like I'm steady and then suddenly,
Yeah, let's just land here. That's good.
Let's visit the world's high or tallest approval.
Burj Khalifa, over a kilometer high.
Right, I'm done with this building. Let's
Yeah, let's go there. Where is it?
I hope I can
Where
get
would
back
it
to
be?
doing some flights with real full realism on.
Yeah,
It's actually,
but, I mean, but it's
Rather than this like
oh, like
I mean, maybe if you count the base on the ground.
crashes don't actually hurt you stuff.
I thought
Like,
it was a kilometer high. I thought that was like one of the milestones. They actually wanted.
but when you're trying to fly on the community flying, crashes just do not help
Super
you.
Typhoon, you'd be all over this. What's the actual
890.
height?
You just fall behind everybody.
yeah, so
892.
just
Okay.
yeah, so it's just short
I
of a
think the
kilometer.
current challenge is to actually,
But we are coming to about that time, I guess.
which is insane if you think about it.
Yep.
Like the responsible engineer or supervisor that signs the document, these, base pillars will hold.
Why is that water like translucent and the rest of it's
Peter,
not?
Fingers on buttons here. MP Stack
Oh.
says, not a milestone, a kilometer stone.
Oh, and the wrong button.
Oh. F's in the chat.
Why do you need a building
This
that
message
big?
sponsored by Factual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burj Khalifa.
So I'm only just in Abu Dhabi now.
We are a bit early actually.
Well, I mean, I'm arriving right on time, but I
But
think
you're a wizard, Harry.
I think the two of you were going way too fast for the flight plan.
Because we thought, well, CD always firewalls
Yeah,
Maybe not with this one.
Yeah.
he flies
Well, I
it
mean,
like a
I
static.
did say in the
So yeah,
forum
it's a
that
problem with the
recommending
beta. There we go. We've
250,
crashed into the Burj
220
Khalifa.
or 240, something
And
like
what do
that.
you
I
want?
missed that detail.
Are you
Oh,
not
yeah,
entertained?
I didn't, but I mean, I don't
On
know
some
if
other
you do
building.
beta, so.
Yes. But also, Dubai is a pretty fun city to fly around and explore.
And some other
Lots to see
buildings.
to do there. Nils
I
Marsh says,
hate
"Community
this no
flying every
realism
week."
stuff.
Yes, it is. Every Friday, same time, same
And
place.
another. Oh, if we threw that
Always
one.
exploring a different part of the world. Today is a separate event. It's like sort of a one-off. We're celebrating the release.
I'm
of
looking
Dune
forward to getting
Part
back to the
2
real
in
aircraft next
theaters
week.
Now, so we're doing an Ornithopter flight in the Arabian Peninsula, including Abu Dhabi, where part of that movie was filmed. But normally on Community Fly-In Friday, we're doing an around-the-world tour. We've completed 8 stages. We're visiting the capital city of every UN member state. And last week we landed in Amsterdam. Next week, sorry, not next week, 2 weeks from now. Next week we have a special, another special one-off flight for Women in Aviation Week. But the following week,
Does that mean I can't fly?
Stage 9 of the World Tour, and we'll be visiting Benelux, so both Peter and Tom's hometowns in the Netherlands and Belgium and also Luxembourg.
Can't
Yeah.
wait.
We're
How was the flight last week?
last week was pretty fun. London to Amsterdam was last week. I had, and I don't say this lightly, Peter, maybe you can back me up on this one. I think I might have had my best ever landing on the screen.
I
last
saw that
week's
clip because it was even featured top page on the Twitch channel.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
Yes.
Oh, on the Twitch channel.
It did look pretty good, yeah. On the markers, center line.
Yeah, smooth touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Phoenix
clip
31st as last week was awesome.
my clip is already in. That I almost nailed it. Almost.
Yeah, again, friendly reminder, folks, if you do see anything cool or fun or hilarious or a fail that you think is funny, be sure to take a clip of those.
Yay!
After the stream, and we're gonna
And my taxi clearance comes up as soon as I land.
post to our other social platforms.
Taxi in park.
Are
You
are
should
going
not
to
be
Germany
flying
soon?
this
Yes,
thing.
we will be going to Germany as part of our world tour. We're visiting every capital city of every
It's like,
UN member
please
state.
don't fly this thing ever
So
again.
there will be a
Well,
flight
I probably
to
will. I
London
probably will do. There's a challenge or something you can do with
part of our
this.
tour.
Would be
During
nice
the
if
first 3 months we started streaming.
Look at the size of these runways.
Clipped,
Points to the
all
chat if
funny
anyone can tell me
moments.
why the runways in Dubai have to be
Funny.
stupidly long.
we didn't do anything funny.
It's actually not
It's
stupid.
like-
It's really
No.
smart
We did funny things. But we just
and
didn't
scientific and boring,
but I'm happy,
but
to
safe
hear
and cool.
it's finally,
So if you can tell me in the
Did you
chat.
dig them up, or are they gone?
See, now I can fly and
maybe
hover
the
and.
clips are still there.
Well, if I could hit this level of control.
So
Near
on
that
the
other
tour so
building.
far, if you've missed the first 8 stages, again, we still have probably at least 100 stages to go. So we're still very much at the beginning of the world tour. We started at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, the birthplace of flight, where the Wright brothers made the first powered flight in 1903. And then from Kitty Hawk, we've been visiting again every capital city of every UN member state. We flew Kitty Hawk to Washington was stage 1, then Washington to Ottawa. Then we had to cross the Atlantic, so it took us a while. Our next world capital was Reykjavik.
I'm not going to see anybody landing in, so there's no point in me waiting for everyone to come around.
Dublin, Ireland, of course.
So,
To London, England.
well, it's just a bit more sightseeing until
And last week was
till they make it.
London to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. And then our next stage will be Amsterdam, Brussels, and Luxembourg.
I don't know what those radios are all about.
Should have installed the free builds Dubai enhancement pack.
Oh, yes, we should. I believe we even have a paid enhancement pack, don't we?
There is, I think it's
Not sure.
Orbex has a scenery pack for Dubai.
Yeah, and I think we have that.
Oh, well.
But you own that one?
Yeah, I might actually have.
Let's see how high we can fly. What do you think the ceiling on this thing
Dubai
is?
doesn't have a yellow filter. That's just Tom has his hour of the
Yes.
day set.
I have the Dune filter.
What is the Dune filter?
Well, actually, what makes it this orangey is because humidity is set to the highest, 20. If I would lower this,
Ah.
there goes the filter.
So you've just set your atmospheric conditions.
I want to know what
Cheers.
the max altitude of this
That's
is.
not,
Creative
I didn't know
liberty.
you could do that. That's actually really cool.
Yeah. Movie magic trick.
There you go. Everything is orange now.
Oh, what's it? We've lost
Am I
airspeed.
going to land on the
We are
version
falling.
of Rav, asked Nilsbear? Well, I will do my best. I cannot guarantee anything. I'm not. I know we got some real
We're
helicopter
tumbling.
pros in our community who are great at spot landing challenges in helicopters. I'm not one of them.
What was that? What was that max
The
altitude?
Ornithopter is not a helicopter, but it's sort of the same kind of thing, a precision spot
Behaves-
landing on a
behaves like
helipad.
helicopter.
Yeah.
You would think with no ground
So I will
speed you
do
could
my
still
best to
climb
land
in
on the
this.
Burj Al Arab helipad, but
To
no
11,000.
guarantee whether it's successful or not. Either way, it's going to be good content. Either
12,000.
pull off a spectacular landing, or it'll be hilarious when I fail, and we can make a good clip out of that.
It's actually not great. It's like a 14,000 feet ceiling, and it just. That's it. That's the ceiling on the aircraft.
Are you on the right server, Tom? Yes. Sure.
Guess it's all it needs.
Very, very sure. And on the beta.
Southeast.
Yeah. Weird.
But we're going to have another try of doing any kind of reasonable
There's a lot
landing
going
on
Dubai
this
because the sinking Palm Island. Oh, are they actually sinking into the Persian Gulf?
building that we're just failing at landing at.
Can imagine, actually. Yeah, makes sense.
And
They're
it's mostly about the
sinking.
company.
Of course they are. You built them in the sea.
Well, it's Yandenul.
They'll invest
East London,
silly
actually.
money.
Oh, I thought it was Boskalis.
Well, I'm sure they also.
They also.
I forget
they also
somewhere
did, yeah.
somewhere in this part of the world they're building the line or something. I think it's called.
Johnny Pick
It's
asked,
a
"Why can't we go
ridiculously
to
just
Iraq as
single
part of
line
the
long
activity?"
city.
So that we've
gonna house
heard that
millions of
feedback from
people.
the community. We have passed that on to developers that players really like the Arrakis scenery from the Dune challenges and training missions, and so we've asked if it would be possible to enable free flight in Arrakis. No answer on that yet, so no promise, but we have passed that feedback on to the dev team. We've heard you
There
loud and
is
clear
a
on that one.
Is there a
Trick for that. There
Is
is
there-
a free mission file on Flight SimTO that will.
yeah?
I think every location you go to will have the dunes and the rock formation.
Yeah, so you can have a free mission which you can add
Yeah.
where you don't have an actual mission, so you can do free flight inside that location. But as Tom said, whatever
See, this is the problem.
location
Right?
you
You have to
choose in the
stop,
world, you go to that
figure out how to stop, and then land.
location.
And
to
this
do-
just doesn't want to stop. Now I'm gonna lose so much altitude doing that.
Oh, I can tell I'm coming up on a high-density city like Dubai with a lot of real traffic around. My frame rate has dropped to the high 20s as we're getting close here. Hopefully, once all the scenery gets loaded in, it should settle down. Normally does.
Don't know why they let anybody land on top of buildings. Gear down.
I've got the Palm Islands in sight now.
I'm currently making my full stop on.
Oh, okay. Let's cut back to your POV there, Peter. Here at Dubai International.
Yes. Oh, so common.
This oh I was so close. One more attempt, then we're gonna go to Dubai ourselves and land, and that'll be us for the day.
Hexus, why is the forum so slow to load lately? It hasn't been slow for me. I'll double check that though. I know the forum team did some maintenance on the forums, I think 2 days ago.
I think, yeah.
But the forum's been fine for me the last couple of days. Peter, Tom, have you noticed anything with the forums?
I'm not a helicopter pilot. Everybody should know
The
this.
Notifications.
I never claimed to be good at this.
Yeah, we've escalated that. I think it's only affecting moderators every Friday morning. It looks like there was a batch job that runs that the forum team's looking into. All right, my frame rate has recovered. I'm in the high.
Oh
70s.
yeah!
That's good. I figured it would recover as soon as the scenery popped in. Now I'm at 50.
Somebody clip that. Oh.
Got the Burj Al Arab in sights. Here, I'm going to temporarily disable player nameplates just so I can see where I'm going a little bit better.
That should be the end of the stream. Never gonna be able to top that.
Apologies for temporarily disabling it. I do need to be able to see where I'm going. All right, gear down. Love to watch
Right,
the
let's go
enemy
back to Dubai,
lowering its gear.
and that'll be us.
And there's the Burj Al Arab in sight.
Dubai approaching MyAirMyles Hotel, Bravo Echo Bravo. Is type 1 miles east of Oscar Bravo, Alpha Romeo, 1,000 feet. Request flight following.
It was running MSFX on an RTX 4090, and these details are beautiful. So I have a 3080 Ti, and I'm running at 1440p resolution. Obviously, it's downscaled to 1080p for the Twitch stream, so it looks better on my monitor than it does on your screen. So I'm not quite at the 4090 level, but I have to say, even on my 3080, it looks pretty good.
Roger,
All right,
MyAirMyles.
let's see. Let's see if I can do this.
Dubai approach. MyAirMyles Hotel, Bravo Echo Bravo. Request
Oh,
clearance.
no. Come on, throttle up. All right, okay. All right, we recovered. We were a little bit
Tall
too low
building
there.
again.
Cleared through Charlie airspace. MyAirMyles Hotel, Bravo Echo Bravo.
Max says you can easily fix it with a little overclock. Yeah, well, Flight Sim doesn't really like overclocking, does it?
Okay. I
Really
landed
nicely done,
first
Steven.
try.
Yeah, that's nicely done.
Not center,
Mm.
but you know, I'm on the helipad. I'm down safely. I'd give that a 6 out of 10. Could
Yeah,
be
maybe.
better, but you know, it's okay. Oh, F's in, sorry, I don't have nameplates on, but F's in the chat for that person. Didn't quite nail the landing there. I'll put the nameplates back on.
Echo Bravo is 2 miles southwest of
Alright, I saw someone in the chat say there's a cruise ship you can land on the helipad out at sea in Dubai. Let's see if we can find that. Oh, there's a cruise ship. Let's see if it's a helipad. And there's, of course, the Palm Islands.
I'm not following any of the air traffic control instructions, by the way.
runway 30 right.
These are afterburners to get over there. No. Oh, it does have a helipad at the bow. All right, we'll do it. Challenge accepted. Let's see if we can do this. I feel less confident. This one looks actually smaller than the Burj Al Arab helipad.
Cleared to land runway 30 right.
It may be less weird effect.
30 right, we're about to land on a 30 left. We're not listening to these guys at all. Here we go. This feels like an airplane landing. Nailed it.
F's in the chat.
Didn't even get mad at me. You should have been like, you landed on the wrong runway.
Due to
I gotta use slew mode to
Bumper.
recover.
I think he failed that. Oh, he's just splashing in the water.
Second shot at that.
Well, I think we're just messing about now. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. We made it to Dubai. We landed on that building, and we decided that we'll probably never fly this aircraft ever again. So, thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll catch you next week. Bye for now.
plus the bounding boxes weren't fully